Hi, I'm Rory.
And I'm Chantelle. We love teeny tiny creatures that live all around us in places like this.
They might be tiny, but their importance in this world is huge.
So, I wonder what teeny tiny creature we'll be looking at today.
Here's a clue. They've got big yellow eyes and they can turn their heads almost all the way around.
Wow, let's find out.
Down in the grass, what can you see? The landing on flowers, the living in trees.
Up in the air, they're buzzing around. They're hiding in rock pools, they're under the ground.
So busy working day and night in nature's wonderful web of life. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures everywhere we look. They might be tiny, shiny, creepy, slimy, but they do our planet good. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures never far from sight. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures working day and night in nature's wonderful web of life.
Who wants to find out about teeny tiny creatures today? It's Clayton and Carlson.
Hello, my name's Clayton, and this is my little brother, Carson. He's 4 years old, and we want to have little owls.
Thanks, Clayton and Carlson. And yes, they're actually called little owls, and they are little, the size of 2 large baked bean tins on top of each other. They are the smallest owls in the UK. They aren't native, which means they haven't always lived in this country, but have been here a very long time.
They're chocolate brown in colour with cream-coloured marks and spots on their body, wings and head. And you can't miss their bright yellow eyes.
Little owls are one of the types of owl that you might be lucky enough to spot during the day, enjoying the sunshine.
Out and about.
It's early morning and I've come to the City Park in London to look for our very exciting teeny tiny creature. And I'm meeting some local children who love bird spotting. Let's go. Hi Tallulah, hi Zach, hi Sheena.
Hi.
This park is fabulous. What teeny tiny creatures have you spotted?
A robin. And also lots of other creatures.
Oh, that sounds exciting. And what bird are we trying to spot today?
Little owl.
That's right. But what can we use to try and spot some little owls?
Our binoculars, our eyes and our ears.
Exactly that. Eyes, ears, binoculars. Let's go. What are we spotting? So get them all in focus. Maybe there's a little owl hiding.
Maybe.
Did you know that little owls make over 20 different calls?
I didn't know that.
They use these calls to talk to each other and communicate. They have a fast chit-chit-chit-chit alarm call, which means there's danger around, and a low hoot. And then the males have an excited call that sounds a little bit like a meowing cat. Can you give me your best meowing little owl call? That was so good, we might have brought the little owls over here. Can you hear any?
Not yet.
Then let's keep looking. Tallulah, can you spot anything?
A tree?
Any little owls in the tree?
No.
Not yet. OK, let's keep going. Oh, look, there's a bird watcher over there with a telescope.
Come and look at this, kids.
OK, who's going first? Tallulah? OK, pop your eye in. Is it a little owl?
Yeah, I see it.
What does it look like?
It's brown.
Is it beautiful?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look, Zach?
OK.
You look excited. I'm excited.
Oh, I see it.
And does it have a short beak or a long beak?
Short one.
A short beak. And it uses that beak to pick up all its prey, which are things that it might eat. And what do you think little owls eat?
Maybe mice?
Mice, yeah. Worms.
Beetle.
Beetles, exactly. And you can see it's constantly looking and listening. We've been so lucky to have seen little owls in the park this morning, and it was well worth getting up early for. Let's find out more about these impressive creatures.
How do little owls see in the dark?
Little owls see in the dark because they have excellent eyesight. Their eyes are really good for seeing at night and in the daytime too. This lets them hunt in the dark as well as the light.
How do little owls hunt?
Little owls hunt by sitting on a perch, watching the ground for any movement from their prey. As well as having excellent eyesight, little owls also have amazing hearing and can hear rustles and squeaks of mice and voles.
What are baby owls called?
Baby little owls are called owlets. After the eggs have hatched, the mummy owl has to keep her chicks warm for a few weeks, and both mummy owl and daddy owl take it in turns to feed the owlets.
Meet the expert.
Little owls sometimes need a little help, so I've come to this golf course in Wiltshire to see what they're doing to look after these amazing creatures. I've also heard I might get to see some up close. Come on. Today I'm here to meet owl expert Emily. She's here to check on a little owl nest on the golf course to make sure the birds are fit and healthy. Emily, I love that you're so passionate about owls, but what's your favourite thing about little owls?
I love how little they are. They're only about this big and they're absolutely full of personality.
Now, I've heard of a birdie on a golf course, but I was not expecting to see little owls here.
This golf course is managed for wildlife as well, so you can see this lovely rough grassland. It means that the little owls can hunt in it and find their food, and that's why they're here.
So what are we going to be doing today?
Well, we're going to be doing bird ringing and nest monitoring.
OK, and ringing is a little metal band that goes round their ankle that means you can track them through their whole life.
Yes, each bird has its own number, and from that you can track how long the birds live for and where they move to.
Now, you're going to go over to the nest box. I'll keep it at a safe distance and let you get to work. Emily is trained to remove the little owls from their nest box and to do something called ringing. Please don't try to climb up trees looking for any nests, as it could be dangerous. Emily very carefully puts the little owls into a special bag so they don't get scared. You've got some owls?
Yeah, I have. I've got the adult female and 2 young little owls. Wait till you see them.
Emily is a little owl expert, and these health checks are very gentle and don't do the little owls any harm.
So should we start with the adult female? So look, she's got a ring already.
Oh, wow. So are we going to try and read the ring number?
Yes, so if you could kindly write it down for me.
OK. Emily can now look up this ring number to find out more about the mummy little owl.
If you look at her eyes, they're lemon yellow colour.
So bright. She then gives the little owl a health check and weighs her. And then with mummy little owl safely back in the nest box, it's time to meet her babies. Just look at that little creature.
Can you see the difference in the eye colour?
Very pale, very light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a kind of a grey-green colour. But look how little they are.
It's so tiny, unbelievably small.
It's like holding an apple.
Emily has to do the same gentle checks again, this time on the baby little owl. Please don't touch any wild birds without special permission from a bird expert.
So what we do first of all is we check its tummy. You can see that it had a meal probably a couple of hours ago. OK, what do you think it's eaten? Well, when I did look in the box, I did see half a field vole left, so it probably had half a field vole. Okay. So I'll place it on my lap so that the bird is safe and comfortable.
OK.
So these are the pliers. They're carefully designed to do this so it doesn't hurt them. And then this will close the ring. Can you see it's joined together now?
Yeah. It's not super tight, is it?
No, so you can see here, they're designed to fit around the bird's leg.
Emily measures the baby owl's first wing feathers and weighs it. So this one got a name?
No, do you want to name it?
Yeah, I think Chantelle's a nice name.
What about this one?
I don't know, what do you think?
Rory.
Oh. Emily repeats the health check with Rory, the second little owl chick. She then puts a ring on his leg, measures his wings, and weighs him. Well, good luck in the big wide world, little owlets. Emily, thank you so much for letting me get close to these beautiful creatures.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you loved them too.
Little owls are not just wonderful to look at, they also play an important role in our countryside.
Check out these superhero, teeny tiny creatures. But what makes them so special? Let's look at their features. The tiny but fierce little owl has piercing yellow eyes. Its wings are small and rounded and flap quickly when it flies. It's the smallest owl found here in the UK, and though it may look tiny, it's a mighty bird of prey. Looking for its dinner from fence posts or treetops. With sharp claws at the ready, it swoops down and scoops up. Small mammals and other birds are a little owl's favourite food. But beetles, slugs and caterpillars, well, those are tasty too. Thank you, superhero little owls, for the hunting that you do, protecting plants from cheeky pests while you enjoy your food. Teeny tiny task.
Little owls really are special birds. It's incredible how they can make different sounds and communicate with each other in woods just like these. What's your favourite little owl call?
Meow!
I think that's my favourite too. Well, I'm so glad you could help me to look for little owls today, but the fun is not over yet. How about we try and be a bit more like little owls and get hooting for our teeny tiny task?
Yay!
Using all their different calls, little owls are able to let each other know where they are, find a mate for breeding, and ask for food. Shall we make up our own language to communicate with each other in the park?
Yes!
So, if I was a tired little owl, I would go, yawn, 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 I'm so tired, yawn, 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 yawn. How about you, Zach? What would you do if you were hungry?
I'm
so hungry. How about you, Tallulah, if you needed to go to the toilet? I love it. Okay, should we try and fly and do this?
Yeah.
So, go! Flap, 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 flap. They're great little owls. Keep going, keep going. Flapping, soaring. Should we go down into the grass? Up high. Flap, 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 flap. Well, we've had a fantastic time in this city park in London today, learning all about little owls and how special they are. But what do you remember?
Chantelle, Tallulah and Zach used their binoculars and a telescope to spot a little owl and talked about what they like to eat.
Maybe mice?
Worms. Beetles, exactly.
Rory met Emily to help bring and weigh a little owl and her owlets.
Just look at that little creature.
And Chantelle, Tallulah and Zach had lots of fun making up their very own little owl calls.
Well, that's all we've got time for today, but we'll see you soon for some more teeny tiny creatures. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Thanks, Chantelle and Rory. Bye.
Bye-bye!
We've met Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures. Let's wriggle like a worm, snap like a crab, buzz around like a busy bee. Let's slither like a snail, scurry like an ant, flitter and flutter like a butterfly. Let's spin like a spider, jump like a frog, fly around like a ladybird, because we love Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures.
And I'm Rory. We are fascinated by the many teeny tiny creatures that live around us.
Even though they are tiny in size, their importance to the planet we live on is huge.
So, what are we looking for today?
Well, I'll give you a clue. Some stick to rocks, you can find them by the sea, and they have lots of tentacles.
Let's find out.
Down in the grass, so what can you see? The landing on flowers, the living in trees.
Up in the air, they're buzzing around. They're hiding in rock pools, they're under the ground.
So busy working day and night in nature's wonderful web of life. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures everywhere we look. They might be tiny, shiny, creepy, slimy, but they do our planet good. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures, never far from sight. Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures, working day and night in nature's wonderful web of life.
Who wants to find out about teeny tiny creatures today? It's Gabby and Izzy.
Hello, my name's Gabby. And I'm Izzy. And we're 6 years old. We're sisters. And we love sea anemones.
Great choice, girls. Sea anemones look a bit like flowers, but they are actually invertebrates, which are animals that don't have a backbone.
They like to cling to rocks and coral reefs. And some even burrow into the sand at the bottom of the sea.
Sea anemones come in lots of different colours, and they have stinging tentacles that they use to grab food to eat.
Out and about.
My son Sandy and I are looking for super sea creatures on this superb beach today. But what are we looking for, Sandy?
Sea anemones.
Yes, sea anemones. That's quite difficult to say. Ooh, sea anemones. Let's go and look in the rock pools down here. Come on. If you're exploring near rock pools, make sure you always have a grown-up with you.
See what we can find, Sandy. These rock pools here.
Shrimp. You see that?
Where?
Scoot. Went ding. Anything there?
Nothing.
It's under here.
Sea snail.
Sea snail. Well done.
Dad, look, I found one.
Oh, yes. Well done, Sandy. A beautiful sea anemone. And this is a beadlet anemone. Beadlet anemones are found right the way around the UK, usually in rock pools. And as you can see here, this one's stuck on with its body like a suction cup, holding it on firm. What colour is it, Sandy?
Red.
Yeah, nice deep red. That's the colour they normally are. You get them in green and orange as well. What would normally be sticking out the top of a sea anemone?
Tentacles.
Yeah, tentacles for catching their prey. But this one's out of the water, so it's all closed up, so it doesn't dry out. It brings those tentacles in, and that helps hold water inside. What do you think it looks like?
A big blob of jelly.
A big blob of jelly. It does, deep red jelly. Don't think we're going to eat that, though, are we?
Nope.
Well, I think if we want to see one with the tentacles out, we're going to have to go closer to the sea, don't you?
Yeah.
Come on. Get my hand. There we go. Look, a tiny crab, look. Cool, isn't it?
Yeah, really cool.
Right, come on, let's go this way. Take my hand. Right, Sandy, we've got one. Look. What are those sticking out?
The tentacles.
Oh, yes. The tentacles are right out. You should be careful if you see a sea anemone not to touch it with your bare hands because it can give you a sting. Now, most of them don't hurt us in this country. You could get a wee rash, so just be careful. So what we're going to do, Sandy, I've got a little bit of seaweed here. So you take that, and if you dip it in the water gently, that's it, stroke the tentacle. There you go. And then give it a gentle pull and see what happens. And what's happening there?
It's grabbing on to it.
Yeah, those tentacles stick on. And do you know why they do that?
Why?
It's the sting. So what happens is the anemone shoots its stings into its prey, and they're like tiny little hooks that grab a hold of it. That's what you can see here. And it pulls all those tentacles in to its mouth and gobbles up the food. And do you know a fun fact about anemones?
Yeah, that they pee and pull out their mouth.
Yeah, their mouth and their bottom are the same thing. Isn't that charming? While we keep looking for anemones round here, let's find out more about these amazing creatures.
What does sea anemones eat?
Well, Gabby, sea anemones eat lots of different things, such as plankton, crabs, and fish. But bigger sea anemones, like these dahlia anemones, can eat much larger prey, like jellyfish.
Are there lots of different sea anemones?
Great question, Izzy. Yes, there are lots of different types of sea anemones in the world. In fact, there are over 1,000 different types. There's even one called a snake-locks anemone. Look at its long, wavy, snake-like tentacles that give it its name.
The sea anemones have lots of enemies.
Yes, Gabby, they do. Despite the sea anemone having lots of stinging tentacles, there are a few sea creatures who like to eat them. Sea stars, sea snails, and even sea turtles enjoy eating them as a tasty snack.
Meet the expert.
It's starting to get dark, so I've come to this beautiful beach in Cornwall to meet a rock pool expert who's going to take me on an amazing nighttime rock pool safari.
As it will be dark, it's important that I have an expert with me. And Laura has explored these rock pools loads of times, so she'll be fantastic helping me spot some sea anemones later.
Laura, I'm so excited for this nighttime rock pool safari. What sort of teeny tiny creatures do you think we might find?
So hopefully we're going to find a few different types of amazing anemones that should glow really brightly, and we might also find some crabs and some fish as well.
Ooh, that's a huge variety. And I can see you've got a torch in your hand. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, so this is my UV torch. And UV stands for ultraviolet light. It's a type of light that we humans can't see, but when we shine it onto some of the animals in the rock pools, they can absorb the light and throw it back out as really bright colours that should look amazing.
Wow, that's so magical. And there are more rock pool creatures around at night time because there are less predators, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So when the predators are tucked up in bed, when you're sleeping, it means that the rock pool creatures can come out without fear of being hunted.
Well, we're not sleeping tonight and it's starting to get dark, so should we go and get ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
It's time to get geared up. I've got my high-vis safety waistcoat on and my special UV torch to go exploring. I'm so excited. As the sun sets on the bay, it's finally time for us to discover the magical nighttime world of rock pools.
What are we going to find in this rock pool?
So I think I can see something glinting back at us.
Wow, it's glowing! That's so cool! Are they snake-lock anemones?
Yeah, so here is a little group of young snake-lock anemones. They're quite small.
And why do they glow like this?
So when we shine our UV torch onto them, there are special proteins inside the anemone that absorb the UV light and throw it back out as this green colour that we can see.
Wow. And are they all this kind of neon green colour?
Not always. So sometimes we see what looks more like a grey or a pink colour.
Well, I'm glowing just like an anemone.
Yes, you are, yeah.
Should we go and find some more?
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's go. Oh, Laura, I think I can see a gem anemone.
Wow, yes, it is a gem anemone. We can tell because it's a little bit shorter and squatter than the snake-locks anemones, and it's got mottled tentacles that have white patches on them.
Wow, that is glow-tastic. Thank you so much, Laura, for showing me amazing creatures in this nighttime safari.
You're welcome.
Sea anemones aren't just amazing to look at, they also do a very special job for our seas.
Check out these superhero, teeny tiny creatures. But what makes them so special? Let's look at their features. Don't be fooled by sea anemones. Although they look like flowers, they're teeny tiny creatures and they have mighty powers. When it's time for them to eat, they reach out and grab their prey and give a sting with their tentacles, which can stun straight away. Sea anemones have a special job, keeping other sea creatures safe, sending predators away with their sting and providing a nice homely space. Thank you, superhero anemones, the guardians of the sea, taking care of smaller creatures. Without you, where would they be? Teeny tiny task.
Sea anemones are fascinating creatures. What's your favourite thing about them?
That they can use their tentacles to catch their prey.
Yeah. Show me your tentacles. Whoa. Hey, Sandy, that gives me an idea for a teeny tiny task. we can play a game of sea anemones. Do you want to know how to play it?
Yeah.
This is your sea anemone mouth. You have got your big sea anemone arms. And I'm going to throw these balls, the food. You need to try and catch them and pop them in your mouth. You got it?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah!
Go! Ah! Just to go a long way for that one. Come on, sea anemone! That's the fastest sea anemone I've ever seen. Right, let me see those arms. Ready? Go! Use those tentacles. Catch the food. Well done. Go! Oh, you got it straight away. It's coming. Are your arms ready? Oh! Oh, no! Quick! Well done. Oh, what a fast sea anemone. Boom. Good, right. Oh, he's dropped it. Quick! Ready? Oh, he got it. Bingo. Good job. Boom, well done. Oh, that was great fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sandy, I've had great fun playing in the beach and looking in those rock pools. You enjoyed it too?
Yeah.
What can you remember about sea anemones?
Rory and Sandy enjoyed looking for sea anemones on the beach.
A beautiful sea anemone.
They learned that they have stinging tentacles that can grab hold of their prey.
It's grabbing onto it.
Yeah.
Chantelle and Laura went on a magical nighttime safari.
Oh, Laura, I think I can see a gem anemone.
Their UV torches allowed them to see lots of sea anemones and their proteins inside glowing in the dark.
Go! Ah!
Sandy had lots of fun catching balls, just like a sea anemone uses its tentacles to catch its food.
Well, that's all we've got time for, but we'll see you soon for more teeny tiny creatures. Bye!
Bye! Thanks, Chantelle and Rory. Bye!
We've met Chantelle and Rory's teeny tiny creatures. Let's wriggle like